I don't know if this is better. I'm no light guru. Let's make this shit, try at least to make this shit a little professional. Hi guys, here I am finally in my room documenting, and this is as raw as it can get. And I just want to tell you guys before I start this Q&A why I'm here, why I decided to make a YouTube. And social media all kind of started out with Twitter for me. With me just tweeting out certain thoughts, and it really resonated with some people. It got a lot of likes, it got a lot of attention, and I got people from different parts of the world just telling me, hey, you inspire me, tell me more about, your inspirations, your routines, what are you studying, what are you doing. I had told you guys to send me questions that you would like for me to answer for this YouTube video, so you guys could get to know me better in a more profound way. And the questions that you guys asked me, okay, so first question, let's see. What is the most attractive thing about a person to you? Not physically, but emotionally. So, the most attractive thing about a person emotionally is loyalty, or in other words, honesty. Something that I want to attract into my life is honest people, in terms of just being genuine and themselves. There were times, where I would lie a lot because I grew up with very strict parents, and we all lie sometimes. But then it got to the point where I didn't feel like I was being myself, and I would honestly rather just tell my parents straight up what's going on, or just tell anybody for that matter straight up what's going on, instead of putting up this facade or this wall where it's I'm not being myself. I feel weird. It's just not me. So that definitely, loyalty, honesty, definitely very, very beautiful quality to have in a person. Atheist, religious, pantheism, spiritual? That's a very personal question. I'm glad that you were interested in asking. My God doesn't have, I don't have a set vision for what my God is. All I know is that every set religion kind of praises light, so my God is light. It's my higher self as well. It's a higher power that drives me to do good things, that drives me to be a better person, to grow. God exists in every single one of us. I don't believe that it's this unreachable being that, we need to die to see, or any of that. I believe that it lives in all of us. So yeah, that's my truth when it comes to that. What do you rely on? So this was a very interesting question. I could go a lot of ways about this, but my final answer is going to be I rely on myself. Ultimately, when shit hits the fan, you are the only person who's going to have your own back. If we are talking in a more materialistic way, what do I rely on? A physical thing? My journal, for sure. I definitely, that's my therapy. Whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I like to vent on my journal. Sometimes I'll even crumble the piece of paper up and throw it away, and just it feels like I've let something go. I think that your ideas are power, so if you're thinking something, write it down and keep it, because you never know what it's gonna do one day, what it's gonna manifest into. So definitely I do rely on my journal. Who would you like to meet? Out of the many people, the first thing that came to mind was Jim Carrey. I have always loved him since I was really young. He's so funny. He was there was something about him that was so special. He would crack me up. I remember just being really young and watching his movies with my family. Now he's just this awakened being. On my lows, I've heard his speeches, and it's brought me back up, and it's revived me, and honestly I would definitely recommend it. If you guys haven't seen his speeches yet, I will put the link in my description. Just one of my favorite talks by him. I would love to sit down and just trip out about life with him, talk about how nothing's real, shit like that. I don't know. What philosophy do you have? We all have our own personal philosophies that we like to implement into our own lives. That doesn't mean that we're perfect or that we go by them so consistently. But one philosophy that I do like to put into my life is being your own parent. I grew up in a home where my parents were always on top of what I was doing, always do this, do that, and it shaped me into the woman that I am today. Now, when it's time to let go of that, you have to find the parent within yourself. And that means, taking responsibility over your situations, over your things. One good example could be you could be out with all of your friends, but none of them are gonna fucking care about the final you have to take tomorrow, about the hours of studying you need to put in to pass a class. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to parent yourself and be that voice that says, hey, it's time to go home. Hey, it's time to study. Hey, it's time to eat healthier. It could be anything. It's just taking responsibility and action over your own life, because essentially nobody else knows what you want more than you do, and nobody is going to give you your goals. You need to go out and get them. That's my philosophy. What is your biggest dream about your career? To have a collective of intellectuals where each of them specializes in their craft, and we're all working together, and it's like a powerhouse, and it's like I bring these people along with me on my projects. I don't want to get to the top by myself. I want to bring people with me. I definitely think that something is so much more powerful when it's not just your mind, but a collective of minds put together. What I am specializing in right now is visual aesthetics, which is anything designed in your mind put into the physical world. Could be photography, could be graphic design, could be the way you decide to use a physical space, styling a model, coming up with concepts, music videos, whatever it is, you name it. Anything visual. Since it's such a broad and subjective subject, I would definitely love to have a collective of people around me where we're picking at each other's brains and just having a place where we can all work together, and that's just my dream. I imagine making this space as comfortable as I can for them, not treating the people that work for me or work with me as my employees. They are gonna be my friends, they're gonna be close to me, they're gonna be people I care about and people that I want to bring to the top with me. So that is definitely my ultimate dream. Also, when I see A$AP Rocky's videos, I freak out. They're always so fucking good. I would love to work with him. I love his style, his aesthetic, his music. Tyler, the Creator, I love him so much. He's so fucking awesome. J. Cole. J. Cole is a legend. He's a beautiful mind. I would love to work with him. It makes me feel some type of way just even thinking about the possibility of working with these people. With Vogue one day and create a crazy concept. Off-White, come on. 5 habits you seriously implement into your life. The first thing I can think of is self-reflection. This has always been a really big thing for me. Instead of spending nights distracting myself, which is very easy to do when you're so young and distractions are all around, I spent nights in this room just reflecting about what I could do better and what I am already doing good so I could do more of it. I think that it's important for us to set time aside and let go of those addictions or distractions to alleviate what we're feeling inside. Because a lot of us will go on social media, we'll play video games, we'll drink alcohol, do drugs, whatever it is that your addiction is. We'll go to that to not confront certain things that we have built in. My favorite way, the best way to self-reflect is meditation, because your mind, there's a constant chatter and you're trying to quiet the mind, and while you are, you're getting to know yourself, you're getting to know what you're thinking about, what certain parts of your life may need aiding. I don't meditate every single day or all the time, but it's definitely something that has helped me to become a better person. It's kind of like lifting weights. Your brain is lifting weights. What other habits? Writing. So I said this earlier, but I'll go a little bit more in depth. I started writing my sophomore year in high school, and it was just little things, just venting like that, and then it turned into poetry, creativity, and drawing, and just me pouring myself into this book, and that is therapy for me. Like I said, it's a way of me expressing myself with no filter, and I like to read these things over again to see how much has changed. So if I go on that notebook right now and I check some of the things I wrote when I was a junior, it's whoa, things are very impermanent. The nature of things are so impermanent. I just like to see that growth, that improvement, and it's a nice way to see myself evolve. So don't underestimate the power of your ideas. You never know what it could stem from. There have been times where I'm in creative blocks, I open my notebook and I'm like, wow, and it just brings me back to that place. It's a way to time travel. That's how I see it. So Write your ideas down. Another habit is being outside. I need at some point of the day to just sit in nature and soak it in. It doesn't have to be in a forest, it doesn't have to be in this crazy place. It is literally in my backyard. I will sit down, soak in some sun, whatever it is, breathe, and I like to do this first thing in the morning. Did you guys just hear that thunder? That's funny. It's a great way to relax for me and just appreciate the little things, like the way that the sun is shining on my face and it's making me feel warm inside. It's a great way for me to connect with my higher self when I'm in nature and being outside. That's something I seriously implement into my life. Projecting onto the future. I'm constantly, I don't know if it's because I've adapted to this way of thinking, but no matter where I am, I'm constantly thinking like what I can create from that moment. It doesn't matter if I'm just eating a pizza with my boyfriend. Like I'll create something out of it that will inspire me to do something else. I'm constantly grabbing inspiration from the things around me. That's a habit that I like to implement into my life. It just makes things all that much more fun. It's like a little party going inside of my head. Book suggestions. So The Power of Now is definitely a beautiful book that I recommend. It's one of those books that you have to read more than once to really grasp the concept of. The book talks about the power of the present moment, obviously, and it's something that we lose sight of so often. There's still moments where I am not present and my mind is either in the future or in the past, whatever it is. It's just one of those really powerful books that put, your life on pause, and it's like, be present. How your unconscious mind rules your behavior. Your unconscious mind is a collection of patterns that you may be going by, and you don't even realize you're doing them. Okay, sorry, my camera keeps turning off. Great book. Talks about unifying the big branches of knowledge. Ever since I was going into school, it was like pick one major, and I was like, really, one? Like I just want to mix these branches of knowledge together and create my own path. So those are my favorite books. Let's see. What type of music do you like? I like everything, but right now I'm resonating with rap the most. I just love picking apart verses and like looking at the deeper meaning and the statements that these rappers are making. My favorite lyricist right now is J. Cole. That's my heart. Best advice you can give someone. So this advice is one that I need to take myself. And you're probably spending a lot of time doubting yourself, and instead of spending that energy doubting yourself, you could convert that into pushing yourself, into actually going for it. Close your eyes and just jump. And the worst thing that could happen is you failing, which is just an opportunity for you to know better next time. Nobody just steers their way perfectly into success. It comes with a lot of roadblocks. My advice, just go for it. Here I am finalizing the video, and oh no, my dog just peed all over my room. Why'd you do that? I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing, for all of the encouragement and support. I appreciate it so much, more than you guys will ever know. I'm going to keep on creating videos, more than anything, just bringing you guys behind the scenes on my projects and just documenting the process. I feel like the end result is always what's glorified. There's some really cool stuff coming. So if you liked what you saw, subscribe and ring the little bell icon so that you can get notified every single time that I post a video. And I don't really know how to end these videos. I guess I'll just say bye. Mwah.